YouTube vinyl community, Paul McCartney fans, random people on the internet. My name is Giggens, and we're here today to talk about McCartney 3, a brand new album from Paul McCartney. This is so exciting to hold this album. This is the Target exclusive one with a green die on the front and the green record on the inside. And I mean, as you know from following, you know the story about McCartney 3 and all this stuff by now, so it's old news at this point, but basically there's 9,000 versions of this album you could buy in 100 different colors and 100 different formats, you name it. I did get the standard black vinyl as well from his website and the standard CD. I got the Target CD and the Target record as well. I really wanted the green one, so I didn't feel too bad picking up another one. I do have another copy as well that's not either of those. But yeah, I thought this was really cool. I love that back cover shot. Such a cool picture of him. Anyways, as we all know the story, this was made in Rockdown, where Paul was holed up with his daughter Mary and her family, and he was near his studio, so he'd go to the studio and hammer out a couple of things here and there. He had to finish up some music for a film he was working on, and then he had all this other stuff. He was like, well, I guess I'll just work on stuff. And at the end, realized he made a new McCartney album. In keeping with the tradition of McCartney 1 and McCartney 2, he plays everything on this by himself, bar for a couple engineers that were fixing some things here and there for him. And also in McCartney 1 and 2 tradition, this is an album of jamming, exploration, a little bit indulgent, but great to hear him do that. He's not trying to people please, he's not trying to go for a hit, he's not trying to make this big song that millions of people are going to sing along to. It's just Paul making music for himself, and sometimes that's even more interesting. Some of the best songs on McCartney 1 and 2 are the ones where he just jams and just kind of finds where the song goes. I love that, and there's a lot of moments like that on this record. So Long-Tailed Winter Bird starts off that theme of exploration where the song continues to grow and build, and that acoustic lead-in sticks in your head. That sticks in your head forever. It's something that lives in my brain at this point, but I love Paul's drumming on this song. People don't give Paul enough credit for being the drummer that he is, besides the stuff he did, you know, like on, he played drums on like, oh my god, the one that John and Paul did together, Ballot of John and Yoko. Paul plays drums on that one. But Paul is such a talented drummer because he's got this really heavy, labored beat, and his timing is impeccable. But when the drums kick in on this one, you were just locked in this groove. You get that rolling bass line, you get that acoustic guitar doing its descending line, and I'm a sucker for that. If you ever watched my videos before, descending bass lines of any sort of melody, I'm in, you got me. But I love this song as the opener. It's just a great little jam. Then you got Find My Way, which debuted right at midnight when this album came out with a video for this one. It's a total head bobber, and I love this track. It's a great song about feeling certain and also accepting when you're feeling uncertain and looking for the parts of you that can get through a situation. And so relating to the pandemic, you know, we're all uncertain, you know, anxiety from days like these, never thought there'd be days like these, that kind of line. It's great. It's a happy little song that sounds super familiar because it sounds like a little bit of old Paul with a lot of new Paul, but it's like a familiar blanket you put on, and like this feels comfortable. Like this, I remember watching that video for the first time and hearing the song for the first time, being like, yes, this is Paul. He's back. This is great. Excellent pop construction on this one. Really dig it. Pretty Boys is a calm acoustic guitar kind of number, and a little bit of piano on this thing, but the electric guitar on this one sounds like something George Harrison would have done. So I'm liking that sort of Beatle-y feel on that one. Really wonderful lead vocal from Paul. I like the groove that this one has, and another song that continues to grow. This track in particular wasn't really one of my favorites when I first heard it, but the more I play the album, that one really is starting to come up as like a favorite. Women and Wives is one of Paul's favorites, as he said, and the piano on this one is the front and center with Paul with his really deep, brusque voice. Really like the vocal impression he's doing on this one. It's a really tense track, and it's not one of my favorites, but I really dig it. I mean, it's one of those things that sticks in your head. Can't go wrong with that one. Laboratory Lil, an upbeat rocker about someone Paul and other people knew that apparently no one got on with, so we wrote this sort of song about her. You know, it's a simple 4/4 beat, really nice clean guitar tones on this one, that's super crisp and tight drumming, And for me, this one kind of fits on McCartney 1. It's got a little bit of that loose rock vibe that definitely sounds Macca 1. Love it though. Slidin'. This song needs to be a concert staple, and this song needs to be a single as well. It's just got this great big echo in Paul's voice. I love the gang vocals on this thing, the pulsing drums. It's a total head-bobbing rocker, and that chorus is so catchy. I'm sliding. Excellent track. The echo on it, the overall production, they nailed it with this one. This song has to be a single. It'll work great in concert. You imagine these people rocking out to this one? It's going to work out so good. Abe in the back, hitting the drums. It'll be great. And that's where side 1 ends. Side 2 starts off with Deep, Deep Feelin', which if I absolutely had to pick, is my favorite song on this album. It's this 8-minute exploration into your heart and your soul and love. It's mind-blowing. I love listening to this song grow because it goes through so many phases. You know, that deep, deep feeling where you feel like your heart's going to burst, feeling goes from best to worst. Like, when you're so head over heels deep in love with someone, or just a deep love of a person or whatever, it could be a complicated feeling to put words to. And I think that's why the song is so long. Paul even said he tried to whittle it down. And after the 8 minutes were through, he was like, nope, this is how it has to be. This is how it's going to sound. And I dig it. I agree with him completely on it. It's a great exploration track, and it goes through so many changes, and all of it's catchy. There's not one wasted breath on this track, which I really, really enjoy, because you can have a long song, and there could be plenty of boring moments on it, but when you can pull off 8 minutes and really drive home the point of searching for how to explain love, I'm all for it. I like the trance-like quality that it incorporates. You know, it's a bit hypnotic at times, the deep, deep pain, that kind of stuff. It's an overwhelming experience to try to put into music, and I think Paul absolutely nails it. One of my absolute favorite songs on this album. The Kiss of Venus, again, another one of those that sticks in your head forever. The Kiss of Venus. Da, 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 da. Everyone has quoted this song as one of those things that, like, yep, that's going to stay in your head forever. It's a great, catchy little song. It's a sweet little memory of, you know, that heartwarming love feeling. It could have fit on Flaming Pie. Like, for this song for me feels like a little bit of a Flaming Pie era track. Seize the Day, this one has to be a single as well. And he said he thought this was a bit too Beatle-y, but it's very 60s in the sense that it's got that classic descending melody, which was, I mean, the Beatles perfected that stuff. It's great song construction with just enough changes and bits and pieces here to keep you interested for 100 years. I love the jamming that goes on it. I love the phrasing, the vocal delivery, the whole song construction. This is one of the most pop-oriented tracks on here, with more of a fleshed-out pop song, if you will. I'm eating it up. I mean, this song is great. I think it'll work out really well live, but this is a song for me that I wish a lot more people would hear. If they haven't heard this album, that song is one of the ones they need to check out. I love that line, "It's still alright to be nice." That's a great line. And then Deep Down. This one's probably my least favorite song on the album. It's sort of a moody jam. And the problem with this one's exploration is that it doesn't really go too many places. It kind of just hangs out in its space. And it's fine for what it is, but it gets a little boring, and I use that word so lightly. I cannot stress how light I'm using the word boring. Some people love it, but it's not as, I mean, believe me, it's still a head bobber. I still tap my foot along when I listen to it, but it's easily my least favorite track on the album. Then you get When Winter Comes, and this dates back from 1992 with George Martin producing, which is fantastic to have George on this thing again. This is a total Beatles type song for me, and it's an interesting song too, because when he was recording this song, a year later was when Off the Ground came out, which sounds nothing like this song, so I'm not sure what this song was for at the time. But it's all about keeping the farm alive, and he wrote this song thinking about the early days back home, you know, in the early 70s on the farm. And it's just a warm, sweet, perfect ending to this album. I absolutely adore this song, and I'm glad that they made a video for it, because it's, again, a song that people need to hear. For a classic Paul track, that's the best way to close off the album. So again, here's that great shot of Paul in the back. I should have grabbed my other copies, but we've all seen it. It's nothing new. The variant on the inside. And just for the heck of it, because I love this green standard jacket, I absolutely love the green on this one. It's so cool. It's just this bright ecto cooler green. Absolutely love that. At first I was like, nah, I'm just gonna get the standard one off this website, I'll be fine. Then I saw all the pictures of all the other ones and I was like, well, I can't get those because they all sold out. And the Target near me finally got these in and I grabbed one. So I'm very happy that I did, because now I have at least one, well, I've got two really cool color variations. I'm not gonna show off the other one for a while, but this one I'm really stoked to have. So yeah, McCartney 3 for me, easily 8 out of 10. I'd probably give it a higher score if Deep Down kind of went a little more into different territory. It kind of stays in that lane well. I mean, it's a cool song, but not my favorite. Yeah, really dig this album. 8 out of 10. For an album that Paul didn't even intend to make, that's the thing. Paul's just got songs laying around that you can throw together to make an album and make a fantastic album. That's the true genius that is Paul McCartney. So there you go. My name is Giggens. This has been Paul McCartney, McCartney 3, 8 out of 10. Absolutely adore this album. Thank you so much, Paul. Let me know what you guys think of this album in the comments below. We'll talk about it, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.